Hey, Jill, Victoria. I was just visiting here with Rachel Staffels.
Hmm.
She's the social media manager of Voice America, and I asked her if she would take some time and give us some tips and help us promote the show better, and in the process, we'll promote the business better as well. But anyway, I was just telling her. So, we do have a lot of content. We do have at least a fair amount. I mean, I have the radio show every week, which we put out, and we do a YouTube video to go with it. Um, I usually have a speaking engagement once a week, if not twice a month, 2 or 3 times a month. So that's good to promote. We have everything we're doing with our businesses and rolling out new programs and successes and wins. I mean, we could literally just maybe a white label it and hide the name of the customer. But every time we close an ERC customer, we could post that out there and say, we just got this customer $400,000. We got this one $2.5 million. We got this one $20,000, and so all of that is easily accessible. What we need is someone who is consistently scheduling them and posting them and, maybe putting it into Canva and putting a nice label on it or something first. But so I was telling Rachel, ladies, if you're watching this, that I'd love to steal her away, not necessarily steal her from Voice America, but get her to help us on the side, and and maybe we kick her a piece of the profits or something like that. I don't know. I mean, I know you're busy, Rachel, so I appreciate you taking some time and even giving us some tips. But as the company grows, this is one of my goals for this year, is that we do a better job of engaging with our social media, at least in 2 or 3 of the channels. And I have been told that you should pick a lane and do one thing really well, or maybe 2 or 3 really well, rather than trying to be everywhere at all times, right?
Hmm.
If I do too many things at once, you don't do any of them well, right? And so,
Yeah.
um, so anyway, the purpose for this call, and I thought Jill was going to join us, but maybe sometimes she has some health issues she has to deal with. I don't know if you knew that
Oh,
she's in a wheelchair. She's paralyzed from the chest down.
oh no.
She was 18 years old and driving home from college, and she fell asleep at the wheel and rolled her car, and she's
Oh
been
my
in a wheelchair ever
gosh.
since. So mornings are hard for her sometimes. She's she's a rock star. She inspires all of us. But um, so if you're watching this, Jill, we love you, and we know that you would be here if you could. So when we spoke the other day, we talked about maybe just educating us a little bit on the different platforms. I'll tell you what my main questions are.
Yeah.
In fact, let me type them in the chat and we can remember what we're doing here. So
Okay, cool.
as I think of questions like social media questions, um, a lot of it is just the basics. I was telling you the other day how I don't really understand Instagram and how often to post. And so for each platform, my first question would be frequency, right?
Hmm.
How often should you be posting? And the second one is the types of posts. What are best? What are not? You know, should it just, I mean, you don't want everyone to be a call to action. I
Hmm.
mean, can do some call to actions and some kind of stories. And I know you want to kind of um, build a relationship with people, right? You want them to be engaged in what you're doing. Emotional engagement, I guess, is what I'm thinking. Um,
Hmm.
and so I guess my biggest question is, which platforms do you recommend? That's the first one
Hmm.
for us. What frequency is best? What I mean is posting frequency, right? Is it every day? Is it 3 times a week? Is it 3 times a day? I mean, What do you recommend there? 3 is what types of posts are best? Types, or maybe the best word is what blend of posts, because I know they're not all the same. Oh, there comes Jill. There you go.
Oh, nice.
All right, you get to meet the superstar.
Cool.
Jilly
I feel
Bean.
like I'm on your podcast right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty
I
cool.
told you I'm gonna have you as a guest one of these days. Talk all
Oh
about this stuff.
man.
I just
I
got
was
done with an interview with Dr. James Dentley. He's like this world-renowned speaker. It was really
Oh,
cool.
nice. Nice. Well, I heard that you record the video of your podcast. Is that right?
Yeah. Yep.
I would love that. I'm still finding out who does that because I know a lot of people don't have the best internet, so they're not able to record the Zoom. But we should talk about you sending me that, and I'm coming up with a few people to post next week. So if that's your most recent episode, I would love to promote that.
Okay. He'd be a good one. He's
Here.
world-renowned.
Okay.
Jill, can you hear us?
I don't think she's in here yet.
She started coming. I think she went away.
No.
She'll come back. So I think another question I have. There she is. Hey, Jill. Can you hear us? She's on. It doesn't say you're on mute, but we're not hearing you if you're talking. So another question I have is labeling suggestions, right? How do you label or what's the best word? How do you label a video or a post effectively, or title it, or and so forth?
Yeah. So should I start
Because
answering these first, or should I answer that question first? Oh, that's number 4.
we'll come back. We can come back to them. I'm just trying to brainstorm what we want to do.
Okay.
We talked about, like, our YouTube videos. I put a nice cover sheet picture on them, but the video itself, I think the videos need a better intro / outro. Hi, Joe. Can you hear us now?
Sorry, I'm late.
That's all
You're
right.
good. Hi, Jill.
Hello. I forgot
Rachel.
Nice to meet you. Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you for your time. Gosh, really appreciate your help.
Of course. I love to help. That's why I'm a social media manager at Voice America. It's like part of the time that I spend is, I schedule posts and I also schedule time with people. So I love to be here.
We're probably not the only host out there who's asking for help, right?
Yeah. I actually have a few people recently that are like, how are you doing those videos? Like, or how do I promote? Or what am I doing wrong? Or,
Yeah.
all sorts of questions. So you are not the first.
So Jill, I'm posting questions. You might not see the earlier ones because I don't think you see posts before you logged on. Do you see in the chat anything?
It's only starting at 4.
Oh, 4.
Yeah.
Okay. So the first one just says, what platforms do you recommend? Second is what posting frequency is best. The third is what types or blends of posts are best. Like, what does she recommend for, call to action, emotional stories, blog posts? I told her that we have a fair amount of content that we put out, probably as more than some and not as many as others, but quite a bit, more than enough to fill up the week, right?
Yeah.
And I really like Win Claybaugh's Instagram. I was showing you the other day, Rachel. He's he's the co-founder and I can type here, co-founder and dean of Paul Mitchell the School. And he puts in things like, the Black America, or what do they call it, Black History Month, and National Pie Day. It's just like all these funny little posts that maybe not that one, but you know what I mean, National say Teachers Day or whatever. And so I think it's really smart because he's engaging with all these different groups, right? It's like recognizing, hey, today's Pride Week, and he'll put a post about that. And I love that. I think that's something we could do, Jill, really easily. Just get a national calendar and you find a little pic. I'll show you what I mean, Jill. I was showing Rachel the other day.
Yeah, I feel like if people are doing that, I feel like in the caption, expanding the conversation might be really important rather than just, an image saying happy this kind of month. You know what I mean? Like those posts are meant to lead to more conversation. You know what I mean?
Right.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So how would posting about, like National Pride Day, how would we draw that back to what we do at Certainty Management?
Yeah, that's totally a great question. I feel like I would have to know more about, the company. I learned a little bit more about it, but I think just saying that you recognize that it's a holiday and that, or not a holiday, but you're recognizing, people who are LGBT, your customers are of all kinds of people. I don't know, something like that would relate back to your company. Oh yeah, let's see what he has. Oh, just talking about the goals behind Black History Month. I think it just gives you more credibility and shows that you are a company that cares. So I don't know if it necessarily needs to come back to like specifically what you do, but I'm sure you can angle it in a certain way like that, depending on what you're celebrating.
Just saying something about how, our company is about creating certainty for. See, I think it's almost better, Jill, and tell me if you agree, Rachel, but I think it's almost better not to make it about you all the time.
Yeah.
And it sounds like a sales pitch in every post.
Yes.
Call to action. It says it's like us. The way he's doing it here is just shows that he's aware, he's in tune, he's sympathetic, or he's focused outward. I think that says volumes about who he is and who they are as a company. And so if you scroll through these, Jill, you can see he has a really good blend of he has a plug for breast cancer awareness, and he has guests that he's on. He talks about being on our radio show. He's got pictures of his kids, his husband, his team. We could do team pictures, or I was saying we could do a post about a customer we help with an ERC. Every time we get a tax credit recovery, we could post something like this that shows remove their name perhaps, but something like this. You take their name off and say congratulations, and they got $453,000. Shows what we're doing works, right?
And getting a quote from them saying, this helped me so much, Certainty Management was able to do this for me, that sort of quote. Yeah. Testimonial type quote, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that would be really cool. And then I I like how his is a blend of family, of business, of guests, speaking engagements, his daughter, the service they're giving. There's another plug for a Human Rights Day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Acknowledging the commitment of the United Nations and its members to establish fundamental human rights for all. You know, it's just saying, hey, we're aware and engaged.
Yeah. I feel
They
like this
they get
might
to
have,
know you. People get to know you, and they're like, oh, I like what these guys stand for. We're universal,
yeah.
you know. We're not liberal or conservative. I mean, I might be a conservative, but I'm not in my business. I
Mhm.
have on my guests, I have gay and straight and black and white and Democrats and Republicans. They're all on our team and they're all in my show. And
Mhm.
so we could do the same in our social media. There's
Mhm.
another one. So it's not every day, but once a month or so, he's plugging, maybe once or twice a month, he's plugging something like National Suicide Prevention, you know,
Mhm.
learn more. You can put in a little learn more, do your part, and there's a link, you know,
Yeah,
and
I think those
you put
posts
your
are,
logo at the bottom there. And this is stuff we can build in Canva really easily,
yeah,
right?
super easily. I feel like these month posts or celebrating this kind of month or this kind of day, I think they're good. I feel like he does them a little too often, but at the same time, it's his personal account. And so he's sharing like all sorts of things. I feel like in your case, you already don't post a lot. So I feel like when you do post, it should be things kind of marketing your company, but then kind of spread out some of these. Oh, Memorial Day, of course, like posting about that. Black History Month,
Any
having a,
holiday could have a post. Any
yeah, it
national.
could. It could. It's just like, you already don't have a lot of posts yet. Which I think in the future, having, if there's consistency, you can post a lot about these different months. But if you look at these posts, there's not a lot of engagement on them. I don't know if you noticed. There's like a few likes on them, and it shows that he's, very aware of what's going on. Um, it's just, yeah, that one has a little bit more.
Where does it show how many people liked it and stuff?
Down there, so it says liked by blank and others. I think
Oh, okay.
this guy has his like count turned off because you
Oh,
can do that.
Mhm.
We don't do that because, I mean, we're not trying to hide, likes or anything. Not saying that he is. Um,
yeah.
but I'm not seeing a like count, and usually you can see how many people liked here.
So that's another question. Do you recommend? Let me go back to my chat here. So do you recommend keeping likes and comments turned on?
Yeah, I do. I'm gonna go to my Instagram really quick. Something that YouTube did recently is they actually, for all accounts, they turned off, um, you know, like count, I believe.
Hmm.
Really?
Yeah, so I was trying to see really quick. Yeah, it shows how many likes we have. Um, oh, okay. It says liked by blank and 5 others. Yeah, it's kind of odd that it doesn't say the exact amount for him. But I recommend keeping them on and comments on, because if people can't engage with your content, then like, what if they have a question, you're not able to answer it, you want
Right.
to see how well you're doing and how many people you're reaching. So I never really understood the feature to do that, other than if you're like super controversial and it's hurting your page to have your comments on and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So
So
I
I
would leave
have
that on.
I have on all of our YouTube videos, I always select comments upon approval,
Oh,
but
okay.
I don't ever see anybody make any comments. Or if they do, I'm not seeing them. So we don't have a lot of views or a lot of engagement. I put out a lot of stuff, but it doesn't seem to be looked at by a lot of people. And so that's one thing I'd like to change, but they won't
Okay,
really
well,
with your channels. Okay, so we talked about Hootsuite
yes.
and how to post one place to multiple channels.
Hmm. I can
And you
share sorry.
said that today Hootsuite, you can create a post in Canva or is it in Canva or Hootsuite, and it'll transform it into the different sizes. The
Hmm.
best size for Instagram, the best size for what do you call it? Facebook or whatever, LinkedIn.
Hmm.
That's true, right?
Yes.
It, is the resizing happen in Canva or in Hootsuite?
Canva. So as soon as you're done creating your image, you're able to export it and download it to any type of ratio that you need. But if you don't know the exact dimensions of an Instagram post or an Instagram story or a Facebook post, you're able to click on options to do that for you, which I really like
Oh,
because I have all those dimensions written down, but it's super easy, super fast to just click and export.
so that's good
So.
to know, huh, Joe?
Yeah. Do you use Canva for your scheduling? I know some people use a separate.
Yeah, I actually have never used Canva as a scheduler just because I know that it's more for content creation. I feel like the scheduling was something that they did to, compete with maybe other companies. It's not just a place that you create content, you can also schedule from there too. So I don't personally know how well their scheduling um tool works, but I use Hootsuite for that just because I know Hootsuite, is reliable and you can do a lot of different things in Hootsuite as well. Um, so yeah, I haven't used Canva yet for scheduling. I've noticed that though. Every time I go to download, sometimes I'll accidentally click schedule and I'm like, no, like I'm not trying to schedule. All I think also because we have a lot of social media accounts. I don't know how many at a time you can post to from Canva, but we once had like 8 different social media accounts that we were posting to. We kind of minimized that because we don't post to individual variety channel Facebook page. We just have our main pages that we post to now.
Okay.
Oh man, we're getting a lot of questions in here. Should we start picking at them or do I do that at the
Uh,
end?
that's okay. This is helping me brainstorm.
Okay, okay. I'm like,
Uh,
oh no, we're moving quick.
we could answer them all pretty fast, I think, at the end. Although
Yeah,
might have you show us Canva a little bit. But
yeah.
what do you think about TikTok?
So yeah, we didn't have a TikTok until very recently. I wanted to create one because I noticed we have more of an older audience at Voice America, and I want to bring more of those millennials and Gen Zers, just so we have like a diverse network, you
Sure.
know. So I've been posting to TikTok. Um, Personally, it's easy for me because I'm on TikTok a lot outside of work. So I know a lot of the trends that do really well, but the difficult thing is how quickly trends go out of style. So I'll be posting on there like our podcast clips, so stuff that, if someone comes across our podcast, they'll be like, oh, I want to listen to more. So they'll go to our website, but I've also been kind of putting out some funny TikToks as well. I don't want to make
Uh-huh.
it all serious. So I recently did a little like minion video where it's like them turning on a projector and it's like they're either booing or celebrating for like what's on the projector. And I did
Yeah.
uh when you start a podcast with Voice America rather than on your own. So it was like Voice America's website. I was like, woo! And then it was like you doing it all on your own, and it's like boo,
Yeah.
just to like kind of get people to think, oh, like what does Voice America do? And and then in the caption I wrote, click the link in our bio to learn more about Voice America. So it's like incorporating those silly trends and putting your business into those trends, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, so it's funny, but I mean, a lot of the recent popular trends, they're a little too explicit. They'll either have like, bad words in the song or, whatever. And I don't want to put that on Voice America's TikTok. So
Yeah. So
some
you refer,
companies, yeah.
you refer to Voice America as a podcast thing, not a radio?
I do both.
I always refer to it as a live radio show, not a podcast. I said
Yeah.
it's uploaded to all the podcast channels after
Yeah.
the fact, but I feel like saying it's a radio show elevates it a little bit more.
Yeah, I do both on social media because we have podcasts and we have radio shows. TikTok, they have a lot of podcast shows, so I tend to promote our podcasts, like using that verbiage, but I use both.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, this person went live, their radio show on Empowerment Channel, check them out, So I do both. I kind of use them interchangeably. But I do know our pitch is that we're a live radio network. So we do both because, there's some people that really like to reminisce on the old, the radio format, a lot of people like that. And then a lot of people like, oh, just podcasts, I can, listen to it on demand and it's this long and, that sort of thing. So I do both.
Yeah, it makes sense.
What
questions do you have, Joe?
Yeah, I don't spend like a ton of time on social media, so I'm not up to date with all the trends that are happening, but I know like harnessing those trends is really like a key to having successful engagement with your audience. And so where do I go, or how can I find those to be able to use them, to benefit us?
Yeah, so there's a lot of resources online. I briefly told Patrick that I'm working on a newsletter, and I actually didn't say, but the article that I wrote, I just finished it up for beginning of March, includes how to promote on social media, how to promote your show specifically. So I talk about live radio shows, and how, when you go live, a lot of people have been utilizing the live streaming feature on Zoom now. And that's a trend that has actually brought people a lot more followers and listeners. So I recommend that. That's going to be in my newsletter. But I will be sending that out really soon. Other than that, I can briefly touch on, there's a feature in Instagram that you can pin posts, and I believe you can do that on Facebook too. You can pin posts to the top of your profile. So if that post is talking about more about your business, and you want more people to see that first because it has a lot of material that you want to share, that does really well. So pin things to your profile because then people will know, oh, I should check this out first when I see their profile. If that makes sense. Let me know if something I'm saying doesn't really make sense, because I know some people don't know all the terms in social media, so let me know. Right. That's one thing. And then a lot of people do like a countdown feature on their Instagram story or Facebook story, counting down to when their episode is going live. That does really well because people know when to tune in, and you also include a link so you can tap that. I always tell people, make your links as accessible as possible. That's a trend that people have been trying to do. There's more and more ways to share your links.
What is possible? As accessible?
Yeah, make links as accessible as possible. I recently created a link tree. That's what it's called. Basically, it's a tool where you can put all your links on one page and make them clickable. So when you put that master link in one of your social media bios, you can click that and it comes up with all the metadata of your episode, like your show picture. And you can click on that. It goes right to your page on Voice America. So you can check that out. I can even show you. That's another thing that I should like show you today.
What did you call it? A link tree or a?
Yeah, a link tree. They have a lot of different versions. It's basically just making a launching page for everything that you want people to see.
Mhm.
I like that a lot.
I'd like to create. I was telling you last time, I think, how on our website I want to blend all of our press into one page. So it has the radio show, it has the speaking engagements, the books, any press, anything, TV appearances or whatever,
Yeah.
into one place like that, and have the links there so people can click on them. Is that kind of what you're talking about? Is having a page like that?
Yeah, I mean,
And is there any reason we couldn't
once
do
you
it in our website?
no, you definitely can do that on your website, and then that way you can share that one page link, that URL with everyone, and then they'll see if you're talking about your show, it's everything about your show. You know what I mean?
Okay. Other questions, Jill?
Hmm. Ye- Um, no, so do you how do you get your content from Canva to Hootsuite? And how does Hootsuite work for scheduling?
Yeah, so should I share my screen now?
That'd be
or
great.
Yeah,
Sure.
okay,
Have you
let's
heard
do
of
it.
Rachel? Have you heard of Crowdfire?
Not yet. What is that?
You should check it out. It's really cool. It brings like you can type in any topic. Let's say you want content on somebody's radio show is about healthy eating or whatever. You can type that topic into Crowdfire and it goes and searches for content all over the internet within that topic. They do a lot of things, but that's one of the things that it does. It's really cool.
That is really cool. I haven't heard about that.
And then
I'm gonna
have
look
you
that
heard
up.
of Chat? Have you heard of Chat GPT?
Chat GPT. Not sure.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a tip.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm still learning.
Chat GPT is a here, I'll show you something. Well,
Yeah, here, let me stop mine.
I'll put it in here so I don't forget. What number am I on? 21. You need to check out openai.com and then Chat GPT, because for what you do, I'll give you an example. Let me show it to you. You could say, for example, it's AI, right? It writes for you. It'll write things for you. I've been using it to write my episode descriptions. I can
Oh,
say
wow.
something. I can say something like, give me 30 good subject lines, or let's see, Facebook ad lines, subject lines for the topic, of Dr. James Dentley. Or hold on. Topic of finding certainty in life and in business. Boom.
Oh,
Now watch
wow.
this. Oh, it wants me to refresh first. Hold on. This is gonna literally put copywriters out of business.
This is exactly what I spend a lot of my time doing, is coming up with captions.
Oh.
Because that's something they wanted me to focus on, like not making captions that sound super animated, or like automated, not animated. And I spend time writing like engaging captions, tagging everyone, kind of talking about what the episode's about. So I wonder if this is going to do a similar thing or if it's pretty general.
You can give it any directions you want. Make them funny too. So give me 30 good Facebook ad captions for the topic of finding certainty in life and business. Make them sound
God.
and make them funny too. You can pick any topic. I mean, there's a guy named Alexander. What is his name? He's a philosopher. He wrote a book called The 12 Secrets or The 12 Steps. He told ChatGPT, he said, what would the 13th step have been? Write the chapter for me, put it in my voice, blend in some New Testament, a New Testament feeling, and add in a little bit of the art of war. And it wrote the chapter for him. He said he could not tell that he hadn't written it.
No way.
Yeah, there's a lot of mixed feelings about this because some authors are like, this is going to save me so much time. And then the purists are like, this is cheating, you know? Like,
literally. That's crazy. Like, for example,
your job, I would use it all the time. Because I don't like when I wrote sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but
no, you're good.
I had it write my episode description last night and it came up with something really good. And then I just went through and changed it the way I made some edits to it, but it did 90% of it for me.
Wow.
It was amazing.
That's crazy.
And it's free now.
Yeah, I was going to ask that.
There's a premium you can pay $20 a month for, and it gives you more access. But I mean, these are pretty good captions. I don't know if these are captions, but you could say, and then you can say something like, I like these, but can you make them half as long? Sure, 15 shorter ones.
Oh my. That's the thing though, like I don't really use these like little funny blurbs. Maybe I should, but I try and use quotes that our hosts have actually said or our employees, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's where I'm trying to think like if this is something like I would use for our captions or it's something that we could use for other things, you know what I mean?
There's 1,000 things you can do with it. I mean, you could say, I have some Dungeness crab in the freezer. What are 5 recipes I could make with it?
Oh my gosh. No way.
Including shopping lists and instructions. How do you spell Dungeness? Let's see. It's capitalized. Watch this.
Oh my gosh.
There's a lot of
What?
things. Once you start learning how to use this, Rachel, it'll blow your mind. That's my best tip for you today for the time you're spending with us. I just saved you a lot of time.
Yeah, that's crazy. Our captions take me a long time because I have to get everyone's show name, like the times they go live. I write those kind of captions. And then I kind of look at each new episode and I talk about what they discussed.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if you want to listen to these topics, go to voiceamerica.com.
Like I
don't know.
I could do this, for example, and go, okay, here's an episode. Sign out. I'm just thinking of ways you could use this.
I know. I'm trying to think. Thank you for showing it to me. I mean, I'm sure I can find some type of use for it.
So let's say I go, okay. I could take this big episode description, put it in Chat GPT, and say, please summarize this paragraph in 10 key bullet points.
Wow.
It's a big time saver.
Yeah.
And it's
Some
so
people
fast.
some people don't do their show descriptions, so that's another problem. Like I have to listen through a whole
don't.
hour, like skim through it. A lot of people do, but some people they don't follow our instructions. So I have to listen to the whole episode. I don't listen to every single part of it, but I skim through, see if anything's really interesting, catching my eye.
Yeah. Anyway,
Wow.
openai.com, Chat GPT.
That's so crazy.
It's really cool. Okay, how about you show us Canva and Hootsuite then?
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, sharing my screen.
Stop.
Okay,
Sure.
so this is Canva. As you can see, I have a project that's labeled Voice America templates. So recently, my goal for myself was to make the feed more cohesive with our colors, because we have a lot of brand colors. We have our main, we have our main 3, and then we have a color for each channel. So the business channel is like this dark blue, like navy blue. I was using all those colors, but then I was like, wow, this looks kind of messy. I want to make sure to just use the main 3, because I have a lot of people giving me good criticism or just suggestions on what to do on our social media. So I took those and now I'm seeing what works best for me. So as you can see, some of these I don't like yet. Like I don't like how the colors look on this or the font. So I haven't really used that. These are just my main ones. I just posted this morning with Barb Crowley. So these are mine, but not all of these are original ones that I created. And so basically, I'll show you how to find your own templates. These are just like a quick overview of what I've used.
Hey, I know that guy.
This guy?
Yeah. No, the one below him.
Oh, hey! Yeah, so here's a lot of the ones that I've used. Super fun. That's not in all of our colors yet. These are just what I like to pull from, and then I changed them. So I've posted most of these. But when you first go to Canva, it's going to show you this home screen. So it tells you like the different templates you can create, documents, whiteboards, presentations, social media, which you can go to, and it shows you like the most popular formats that they have: Instagram post, Facebook page. And this is what I was kind of talking about. They even have a feature where it's a quick create collection design. So you can tell them what fonts you want to use, what you want to say, and it creates kind of like that AI generated post. That's kind of what you use. In the very beginning, I used that for a few posts, and I learned so much so quickly that I was like, okay, I'm creating my own post. I got this now. Everything's great. So it shows you the different Instagram templates, the Facebook, LinkedIn, and then it starts telling you what templates to pull from. So you could talk about important announcement or a workshop that's coming up. So basically what I did in the beginning, trying to find my main templates that I like, I can search right here what I'm looking for. So templates, let's say, I don't know why this says just S. Radio show. So you type that in, it'll give you a bunch of radio show templates that you might want to use for your radio show. So if any of these stand out to you, you can click on it and start editing to your liking. A lot of these look great already. Like I use this template, but I changed it to our colors, a different font, our website and stuff like that. I like this one, but it's a little like girly for our brand. It's not a bad thing, but you could definitely make this look a little more just all encompassing.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you look through these, you probably will find a few that you like. I'm really picky, so I'll like one, but something won't seem exactly right to me, so I have to play with it. Yeah, so I can click on one of these and then show you some of the tools in it. Let's see. I like this one. I haven't used this one yet. So you click on the template, it'll give you more similar templates to this one. Like I really like this one down here. But yeah, I haven't used this one yet, so let's customize it. So I don't recommend just using exactly the same colors and exactly the same little symbols that are on here. Like it's not loading completely yet. Oh, right here. I suggest personalizing it, but again, if you don't have a lot of time, people just upload these templates that they've created, and it's, you know, for anyone and everyone. So here are the designs. You can, if you decide you don't like this design anymore, you can type in here which one you want. So I was trying to search for a certain name, but that's in uploads. So like if you were to do a Valentine's Day post, you can create a post like that. I know that you wanted to do holiday posts, so that's where you would do it. Yeah, so you could even do like Labor Day, you know, it'll come with Labor Day templates that you can use. I love
Nice.
Canva, it's so handy. But again, I don't like pulling exactly what they have, because if someone uses Canva also, they'll know that you just kind of threw it together, you know, and you don't want to do that. So then here you have different elements you can add. So like I said, if you don't want to exactly use these little dots, if you have a certain symbol that you like to use, you can put it there. If you didn't like these wavelengths, you can go like wave, audio wave. It'll come up with either graphics, photos that you can use, videos, and
Wow.
even audio you can put over your post, which it does download with the audio. I don't put audio on our post unless it's like, you know, a clip from someone's podcast, but that's super helpful.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can go just audio.
And you can just drag and drop, right?
Yeah. So I'm trying to find one that I like really like, but okay. Like if I like this one more, I just clicked on it and it can put it on the post for me, or like you said, I can drag and drop.
Okay.
So if you just clicked on it, you can drag it to where you want it. So if I'm like, I hate this wavelength, I'm going to change it to this one.
Yeah.
You know, and then I can click on this image, and even though it came, I don't know how it automatically knew like that I would want a black image, but it's originally white, so usually it'll pop up like the original color, and then you can go in here and you can even upload your own colors to Canva so that you don't have to type in the different colored names down here. I'm forgetting the word.
RFID,
so like
RFID
yeah,
or whatever. Yeah.
yeah. So like this is one of our colors, 53565A. Now it's in our color. You can't really tell a big difference, but there you go. And
If
you
you
can,
wanted to copy that one and put another of it over on the right side, you could just copy and paste.
yeah, you can copy and paste. So all those little handy keyboard things that you already do, you can also do in here, or yeah, short keys. Sorry, I'm like so hot in here. I'm like trying to talk and it's super hot. I need to like turn down the air. You can duplicate and then just drag over. So you can do the short key, or you can use the duplicate button and just duplicate it to the other side.
How do you change the color of the background? How do you change that?
Yeah. So you simply just click the background. So make sure you don't click on one of these. It'll show you what symbols are on here, or like the, to change the wording, you just click on the wording, but the background color, you just click on that and you go to this little square. Background color will always be up here, or color of anything. So our green color is really extreme, but if I wanted to have a neon green post, that's what I would do. And then here, this is something I do a lot. So obviously I don't really want this random image of a lady talking into her mic. I want one of our hosts to be doing that. So I'll delete that. And then you'll see that it's like this little image. And you go to uploads, and it actually saves all the uploads that you uploaded to Canva, which is super handy because having all these images and videos of people on my laptop, reduces space, and I don't want to do that. So as soon as I upload it into here, I can delete it off my computer, and it's super handy. And if these are already labeled their name, I can even search uploads and say, like, I was trying to look up Molly's name. That's Molly DeVos. She's the host for Cat Talk Radio. So I can easily type this person's name because that's what the image was saved as.
Nice.
So
if you click on her picture there and put it in there, what would it?
Yeah. So let's go back to Molly. I can click it and then it'll place, or I can drag and drop, like you said. I like to drag and drop the image because I can drag and drop it right into the center. Because if I just dropped it right here, it's not in that little circle. It'll automatically format it for me. So there she is. If I'm like, okay, wow, she is really far away right now, I want to get closer in on her face. Also, there's a little photography just typed onto the page. I don't really want that in here, so I'll make the image larger. Yeah, and then I'll format it. And if you know the rule of thirds for editing and stuff like that, you kind of want her centered. Or if you're trying to include something on the right or the left of her, you can have her face, kind of off to the side in this third bracket right here. And then, if something's important, like her cat, I can like put her there, and the cat's in the second half of the image. So it's all about making it, you don't just place it, like, like if, I inserted it and it was automatically like this, you want to go in, double click the image and kind of drag it to where you like it.
Okay. All right.
That's
so
awesome.
There's that. There's so much we can do. Yeah.
Where does it size it for the different platforms? How do you do that?
So you go up here to resize. I don't know if you can do this with the free version. Maybe with a free trial you can do it, but we have the premium Canva account, which is only like $12.99 a month. It's not super expensive. So it's already right here as my recent, my Instagram post, my Facebook post, my Twitter post, and my LinkedIn. But let's say you haven't searched that yet. So let's say you want to specifically make a Twitter post. It gives you all these options. So if you're specifically trying to update your header on Twitter, and you know how you have your profile picture and your header on Twitter, you can size it exactly to the dimensions you want it. But I want a Twitter post, which is 1600 by 900 pixels. So you click whatever you want, copy and resize, and it'll open another tab with the sizing that you want.
Okay.
So you see how it made it longer?
Yeah.
This is what we had originally, and this is the new one. Obviously, it doesn't resize everything in the image, so that's when you need to go ahead and like quickly drag that to make it look better, drag it over here. This is like in the way. And then you can make this longer. Ooh. I guess you can't really make this one longer. You can make it larger and then kind of frame it. You see, I'm not making this like perfect or anything because I'm not going to use this image, but you just have to kind of like play with it to how you like it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Chat GPT though, gets you 90% of the way there.
Right. Like I didn't have to resize this through all these extra softwares. I was able to just do it in the app, which is super helpful.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's so nice. And then if you know your width and your height, if it's not one of these Instagram or Facebook posts, you can just type it in here and select it like a custom size. So if you were creating a poster outside of social media, you would be able to make it what width and height that you would like it to be.
So
That's cool.
when you select the one that you already have there, that is Instagram, Facebook, all the options that you want, where do you find all of those different sizes? I mean, when you choose that option.
Yeah, where does it save them to?
Yeah.
Oh, where does it save them to? Okay, so let's say, so this is already an Instagram post. Let's say I wanted to just export the Instagram post. I would go up here to share. And then down here to download. And then I can choose any file type that I would like. It suggests PNG, which I always use. You can do JPEG or PDF. And then you can choose any of these down here. I don't need to do that. I just hit download. So then it downloads to your downloads on your computer. Usually I like to pull up my downloads on my computer through my Finder and then drag and drop onto my desktop. But, everyone here probably has a different laptop, so I don't know if I need to show you that, but yeah, so basically what it does is it saves to your computer, and when you go back to your home screen, it'll have all the versions that you copied and resized to.
Okay. All right. I think that's what I was asking. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You find those all different
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's great. So perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, there's so much to this. So I think it's better that you're asking me questions because I could ramble about this all day, probably.
So if you saved it in the multiple options, Instagram, Facebook, and so forth, where does it save them? Do you when you do that, where do they end up?
Yeah, so let me just show you. Yeah, so if I don't export it to my computer, it will automatically save to, if I click home, so it's the first thing that comes up if you're logged into your account, and you go down here to the bottom. I guess it's not in this one. I guess you have to click templates. They move stuff around all the time. I'm trying to find it actually.
Usually it's at the bottom of home. That's weird.
Yeah, I don't know why. You even know. Usually it's down here. I don't know where it is. I think it's because I selected something. Oh yeah, I'm under social media. That's why.
Yeah.
So it's for you. It automatically, when you refresh it, it's for you. And you go down here and it's recent designs. So it has the Instagram post that it originally was, and then also the Twitter post, which it'll tell you back here, but you have to rename everything. Every time you resize and copy, it'll name what it is originally, this, and then add to the end that it's a Twitter post.
Okay.
So as you can see here, this is not good. I need to throw that away. But this is originally what I edited for this morning. And then I resized it to be, again, the Instagram post, just in case it wasn't already. And then this one is LinkedIn. This one's Facebook. It says down here too, and Twitter.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So, yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah, I like the adjustment of using all the same colors. That would be really nice.
Yeah, so do you guys have your certain colors? Is it blue I think that's what I
Kinda.
saw.
Maybe you could look at our website and see what you think our colors should be. Our colors should be. We do.
I like the blue that we have in my radio show. It's kind of like this blue on this page here a little bit, but
Yeah.
our
Well,
colors in the past have been, well, our website, we made it look kind of like our main vendor's colors. It's kind of a gold and an orange, but I think we're going to get away from that with the new website. I
okay,
like
well,
blue
if you,
better.
yeah, if you have the exact blue, you can take that like color name. And if you have premium, you can go to this sidebar here at home, the home screen, click brand, and then you can upload your logos. So these are, you know, one with no background, one with the background, and then you can add your colors to it.
Okay.
So
How do you upload images
upload images. That's a great question.
or upload anything to Canva?
Yes.
Oh, the upload button. Okay.
Yeah, upload. No, you're good. You're good. There's so much here. So you can also drag and drop into here. So let's see. I don't know if I have like an image. Yeah, I don't really have an image right now to show you, but you can drag and drop, and then you can also upload full files. Wow, I can't talk today. The other day I could talk. Today I can't. But you can go to desktop, and then I have all these people that I've been working on, like Lena Franklin. But I think these videos are too long to go on Canva, so I can't exactly show you. But
Okay.
you could also record yourself in here, which I have never done, but that's something you want to do. There you go. But yeah, you can upload audio, videos, images. Here, the text, you can make your own. You can animate the text so that it comes into the screen. Something that algorithms like are videos or moving pictures. So if you post a lot of videos or moving pictures, it's not like, you know, a lot of articles say that it does push that content more, but you don't know 100%. It's just like a suggestion that they have. So you can go here and even animate them to whatever you want them to be.
Okay.
Writing, shift. So that's really fun. I like to play around with that. You know, just making your own graphics, and you don't even have to leave Canva. So I love that.
That's awesome. And then how do you get your content from here to Hootsuite?
Yeah, so we can go to Hootsuite next. I gotta move our Zoom images. Okay, so here's Hootsuite. Oh no, wake up. So moving on to Hootsuite, if you don't have any more questions about Canva, we can go back to it if you would like. But this is our Hootsuite. So you're seeing everything behind the scenes right now. So if I want to create a post in Hootsuite, I go up here, I hover over it, and I can hit post. And so I'm here, right? And I have to click where I want to publish my content to. So let's say for this example, Twitter. Okay, because we just exported and downloaded a Twitter one. And so here, this is where you write your caption. This is a caption, and you can hashtag Voice America is what I use a lot. And then down here, the reason why I did that first is because down here, you click that image button and you can, oh, I guess I just exported the Instagram. Oh, well. So you can upload it super easily to Hootsuite. All you have to do is add this image right here, and then it pulls it up. And then you can rearrange them if you have multiple, which we have a lot. It's called like a carousel post if you have multiple, because I can go through it like a carousel, I guess. And then here you can easily remove if that's not the image you'd like anymore. If you upload it and you see there's an error with your image, like there's like white around the border and that's not what you were meaning to do, then you can like easily exit out and then re-upload.
Okay.
And then Here it tells you your word count. You only have 280 characters on Twitter. So I come into a lot of issues with that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you can export to Instagram. Now it's giving me separate. I can go into Instagram specifically, upload my Instagram dimensions to this one, and then Twitter, I can do the long rectangle that Twitter uses over here. This initial content will publish to both Instagram and Twitter. So you want to make sure you go into here.
Okay, are those the only two this post to?
So
Oh,
I
you-
use, yeah, I use all four.
Okay.
So these are our usernames and everything. You have to connect it to Hootsuite. And then here, like, I'll start with a caption. So I'll be like, Patrick Lang is going live on, oh my computer has so much content on it. So now it's lagging.
Oh.
Like, it's not great. I need to erase some things.
Okay.
So I type to here, and then it automatically goes to LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. But what I have to do a lot of the time is my initial content will be too long for Twitter. So I have to like remove things from Twitter, but it won't affect the rest.
Oh, okay. All right.
That makes sense.
Yes, I had a question. Oh, how do you handle, and links are sometimes really long, so it takes up a lot of the characters. So how do you deal with that for, posting sake?
Yeah, that is such a great question. Because they actually have a feature in Hootsuite that can shorten your URLs.
Oh, okay.
So let's just go to, I have your website. I mean, it's already short. So I don't know if I go to one of these, it's gonna make it longer. Like the blog. No, it's not that much longer. Okay. Well, if I take this URL.
Click on the radio one, Rachel, and grab one of those.
Oh yeah, that's a little bit longer. Or I can go to like the episodes.
Actually, yeah, that's not actually, that won't work.
Let's do this one.
Okay.
So this is going to be your show page, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
If I insert it into initial content, oh, that's even short too. I'm trying to get a long URL. That happens to me all the time.
Here, I'll put one in the chat.
Yeah, put one in the chat. Thank you. Helping me out.
My computer's dragging today. My show froze today for 8 seconds, right in the middle of the.
Oh no!
It's never done that.
We need to erase things on our computer, or our computer's overheating. Either one. Let me turn down it really quick.
She's like, I'm overheating.
I'm overheating. It's too hot in here. It's 3 degrees over what I usually have it at. So, whoo.
You're not old enough for hot flashes, Rachel.
I think I am now. I'm going through menopause.
Did you go to school for social media? I know there are programs for it, or you just figured it out.
So I kind of figured it out, but I went to school for journalism. I was on the broadcast track. So a lot of what I learned in school transferred over. I had the option to go the PR route, and I probably should have, but I actually graduated a semester early. So I wasn't able to take like some extra classes. I had the option to, and I was like, no, let's save that money, and I'm going to graduate with my degree early. But so I learned Canva in journalism school, a lot of it. I also took classes at the film school, and I learned After Effects, which are graphics. I edited a lot on Premiere and Audition. So a lot of those tools go into social media. And I learned a lot about, caption writing, but if you looked at my captions on social media, they might remind you a little bit of like a header of like an article or something, like summarizing what you're about to read in the article. That's kind of my writing style, which isn't a bad thing. I think it, I like to fit a lot of information into a short paragraph. So it actually helps me a lot. So here, like, to answer your question, I'm finally not overheating. I should have done that a long time ago. Okay, so I just pasted the URL right here, and it says immediately shorn-with-owl.ly, which I don't know if you guys use that before to shorten a URL. I have a long time ago, but all you have to do is click shorten with Owly. Oh yeah, so it shortens it. It's already pretty short.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's not great. I think there's other softwares that can shorten it better. But if this was like a super long URL, that's what you would do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I like it's free.
Yeah, it's free to do that.
You can use Bitly or something, but they charge you
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah, exactly. I don't normally have to shorten links, so I don't really run into that often, but let's go on the way.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
thank you. Yeah, I'll see that.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
here is
Schedule
where
for
you
later. Okay.
Yeah, schedule for later. The great thing about Hootsuite is after posting how many years on this that we have, it kind of came up with our recommended times.
Mhm.
So it's saying here on Fridays, I already have a post for this time, so I have to be careful that I don't screw anything up. But 2 to 4 p.m. is like, it has a star next to it, meaning that's the best time today to post. 4 to 6, we also get a good amount of people. But 2 to 4, it's like, yeah, that's starred. We need to create a post for that time. So click done, and now you have it scheduled. The great thing also is if you want to build all this in Hootsuite, but you want to post right now, you can also click this little arrow. Oh no, you just exit out of that and post now.
Okay.
Which
Oh,
I
gotcha.
like that, because sometimes, let's say 1 in 100 times, Hootsuite will fail to post one of your posts to like Instagram or something, and you're like, oh no, I need to repost it really quickly. I can insert all the information again in Hootsuite and post now. That's what I've used it for.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. Great. Very helpful.
Yes.
All right.
I am so glad.
Yeah, it's really nice. Very
Yeah,
sweet. Okay.
yeah, of course. It gives you hashtag suggestions and stuff.
Oh yeah, oh it does. Okay, great.
Yeah. Emojis. Sometimes adding emojis can be really good to
Okay.
your captions.
What are hashtags for, really, Rachel?
Yeah, so hashtags are just basically keywords that will help your content show up if someone's searching for something. So if you're talking about like tax reduction, stuff like that, you would hashtag taxes or something like that. And if someone's searching in social media for content surrounding that, your content will pop up with a bunch of other people also. So basically the post with the most engagement will be at the top of that hashtag once you search it, and then the rest will be kind of, under that. But I use hashtag Voice America for a number of reasons. If people aren't on our profile and they want to see Voice America content, if you type in their name, it'll come up a bunch of posts that I've made, or hosts that have used that hashtag, their content will pop up under Voice America. It's basically like helping your SEO, like not directly, but it's helping your content to be seen more. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Are there too many hashtags? Like, what's a good amount of hashtags?
Yeah, there's definitely an amount of hashtags that just are not needed. I say 3 to 5. but even some people only use like 1 or 2. I don't know. That's just what they recommend people to do.
Okay.
Um,
And I think
sometimes,
I think on do they call them tags on LinkedIn? Are they the same thing?
yeah, well, there's hashtagging and there's tagging, so
Okay.
I'm not sure like in what case that would be.
Alright.
I would have to like see what you're talking about. But tagging people is so important. So if you have a guest coming up, you totally should tag them on social media, because then they can share to their social media super easily with the content that you uploaded.
Mhm. Okay. All right. Do you know how to tag? All right. Oh,
I
that's a
don't.
design. Oh, you put the @ sign and then their
Oh
hand.
yeah.
Show what
So let's say, like, it's funny because in these, like, I don't know, do you have a show page on Facebook, or do you have like a page for yourself yet?
just certainty management. Can't remember what the
Oh,
spelling.
here it is. See, I've used it before. So it'll come up suggested and then it'll come up over here.
Mhm.
I can tag you directly in here. The main issue I've run into on here was LinkedIn. I can't tag profiles. I can only tag pages on LinkedIn.
Oh.
I'm not sure if you know like the difference between those two, but sometimes people will have that linked to their show page, their LinkedIn, like their profile. I can't tag that. So I've always been curious to see if people have noticed that I can't tag their profile on LinkedIn. I can only tag like I don't know if you have a LinkedIn page for Certainty Management.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, here it is. I just saw it. Yeah, so I can tag this, but I can't tag if you have your personal profile.
Why not?
On LinkedIn. Yeah.
On LinkedIn. Yours comes up because it's probably a different LinkedIn profile. Trying to show you the difference. It just won't let me tag profiles usually.
Right now, we only have like a certainty account for all the different platforms. Would you recommend starting one for the radio show on all the platforms and one for each division on all the platforms? And
if you can, I mean, I told Patrick that you should choose 1 to 2 social media networks and just focus on that. So if you want to create like a Facebook page for your radio show, I recommend that. A lot of people do that. And it goes really well because you can just follow that content instead of following all the content for Certainty Management, which some people might be really interested in. And then some people might just want to see the radio show. So I don't know why it just all of a sudden let me tag you in here, but I have a lot of problems tagging people's profile on LinkedIn. Just a heads up. I don't know why, but
I'm special.
yeah, you are. I don't know why it did that. Honestly, I could try someone else, like myself, maybe.
So should we start a Facebook page or a Facebook group, or what is it? Which one is it?
So groups I can't tag because a lot of groups are private. So I'm not sure if they're like public, you can tag them, but I suggest a page personally.
and we have quite a few like divisions within our company. Should there be a page for every single one of those divisions? What do you like, different vendors that we use or different services we offer?
I feel like if we're not even doing one main
Yeah.
page very well, how are we gonna
Yeah.
one of them
You know, if you
well?
had a whole team that was devoted to your social media, maybe. But even then, that's like so much. I feel like you should just really build that LinkedIn profile for your company and then post all the services in different posts. You know what I mean? Not just like spreading them all thin. and just posting about certain things in that service.
Mhm.
See, just to quickly go right here. See, it wouldn't let me tag myself because I'm a certain profile, like I'm personal. So I don't know how it got yours, but anyway.
Is it because you're yourself? You can't post yourself?
Well, I'm logged into Voice America, so they don't know that I
Right.
am running this. So it's weird. I don't know why it does that.
I guess you just have to be a celebrity, Rachel.
Yes. No, I literally think you have to have like a bunch of followers for you to be able to.
I'm just kidding. Yeah.
I'm serious. Look, you got some 500 plus connections. I don't know why, because it says you're private to message. So I don't understand. I don't get that. Just a heads up, it's glitchy in that way.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, this is great.
So I talked to her the other day, Jill, about how I'd like to start promoting myself, not just Certainty, but as a speaker and as the radio show host, as an author, because I'd like to get more speaking engagements. I think it's good for the business, something I enjoy. Would you recommend, Rachel, having a different Facebook page as a speaker? Outside of my personal Facebook page?
So
Will Facebook let me do that?
Yeah, I mean,
I
so
I
you
never
have your
post on my personal page anyway. I mean, I do once every 6 months or something like that, but
well, is your Facebook page like private to only your friends, or is it like a public
no,
account?
it's public.
Let's see it. Is this no? Is this it?
Facebook, right there. It's just my personal page, but I really don't do much.
Oh, hey.
Change my profile picture.
Yeah, that's nice. That's cool. So I believe that you should, since this is just your profile, you should create a page for yourself, because that way people have the option to follow it instead of just friend you. Because a Facebook page, you have the ability to follow them and like the page. So it's kind of like your own brand that you're promoting, instead of like, this is pretty much what you're up to in your personal life, So this will go out to all your friends or neighbors or whatever. But if you create your own page, I think that would be very helpful for your radio show, because you don't want to spam all your friends with your radio show, or maybe you do. I don't know. I think a lot of these are totally up to you, but what I would recommend is your own Facebook page.
My friends might be the only ones who want to listen to it, is what I was thinking.
No, no, that's not true.
It's a pity watch.
Well, you can share what you're posting on the page to your friends, and then tell your friends to go follow that page, because you're expanding to everyone and not just your friends.
Yeah.
So this isn't a Facebook page, what we're looking at. It's just the profile.
Yeah, this is just the profile. I wonder if I can come up with, am I in the, yeah, I'm in the Voice America. Okay, let's see if I can find an example. Like right here. Mark Azule. He's really great. This is what a page looks like. I should have left up. Do I have? I'm trying to move this Zoom thing. Oh no, I exited out. Let me just put it right here. Okay, so you see how I can contact him, I can follow, and I can even like his page. I think we already liked it, so I think that's why it went away. But you can see that he has 1.3K followers, so all his content's going out to 1.3 thousand people or 1,300 people, and then following, you know, that's how many people he's following.
Yeah, we could do that for the radio show rather than a radio show page. Maybe we just make a Patrick Lang page. We promote the radio show there.
Yeah, and you see up here, he has his pinned featured posts, what he wants you to know about his consulting group, his announcements. And that way he's able to post like any books that he wants to talk about, which I wrote down that you were a part of a lot of recent books. That's something you would post on your Facebook page. Your speaking events, I was going to recommend that, you know, you get images from that event and videos from that event and put that on here, you know, or any social media that you want to focus on.
Yeah.
You know, I have a few more ideas.
I have my LinkedIn profile, and then but that just really talks about my career and stuff, you know, jobs I've had, and talks about a little bit about what we do. But I know a lot of people post content on LinkedIn as well.
Yeah, LinkedIn's good. I just feel like Facebook is still the most popular social media. So if you have a large presence on there, I think you're able to promote your radio show more often and to more people. LinkedIn, I feel like, is a very specific audience that's on there. Facebook has such a wide range of people and demographics. So that's why I choose to focus really on Facebook and Instagram. Just because I know a lot of younger people are on Instagram and older people, and then people still have Facebook, even though there's been all these new social medias coming out.
Okay, so where would we go is to start creating a page for Patrick and his speaking?
Yeah, I think it would just be Patrick Lang, you know, nice and simple. And then you would have like your intro about what you do. So you're speaking, your radio show, like talk about who you are, what you do. And then you're able to label what your page is about. So I believe you would also be a public figure. And then you put all your info on here and just start posting. Start posting all the content that you told me that you have, because your content can double over to any of these platforms super easily. And I know one of your questions was about labeling. That's not super important, but in those templates I was showing you on Canva, I feel like putting your radio show name and then like your episode name, and then you don't even need like episode 112 and the date. You can put the day and the time to listen in, but you don't need to put Sunday, January 20th, you know, and then put your website. That's super important. So, you know, a lot of people have a bunch of text all over their templates. I don't recommend that. People are not going to want to read everything on a picture. You can write a lot of the information if they want to learn more in the caption. So that was something I wanted to go over really quick.
Okay.
Can you go back to that page for a sec, Rachel?
Yeah.
I want to take a screenshot of that.
So do you feel like people are turned off if they can tell that you're just plugging in words into something Canva created?
Yeah. So you mean like if someone comes across the picture and it's just like a bunch of wording, like you think that, yeah. So yes, I mean, I think your friends would love to see all that information and read it and digest it, but it's really hard to like know exactly what you're looking at if there's just a bunch of information. By putting your radio show, people automatically know, okay, wow, Patrick has a radio show and here's the episode and here's where I need to go to tune in at this time. You need like just the most important details so that people won't get kind of turned off from the image. I don't think they'll get turned off from the image because you're marketing, but just because it's just not easy to read. That's where the caption comes into play. Less is more, exactly. In the caption, if you're just promoting your show, people are gonna be like, okay, like we heard this a million times from you. Where Chat AI or whatever comes in, you could put a funny quote and then talk about your episode. You know, a caption is you talking to your followers, not just go like my show, like go follow my show or go share my show or listen. You know, it should have a call to action at the end, because what I have been told is it gives the audience something to do. Like they might not know that they need to go to Voice America to listen to your show. So you should put a call to action in there, but it should have some of your personality in there, not just go to Voice America for my show, my new episode.
Okay. All right. We'll work on all these suggestions.
I know there's a lot. Like I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna start off with. But yeah.
Yeah, lots to work on.
Yeah. And that's why, you know, I would love to help you guys. Hopefully this helps. But I do know social media is a full-time job, and it takes a lot of time to create posts for Voice America. I don't want to just post the same few people. I have a whole list of people. I tally how many times that I post them or on what day. Something I actually reminded myself to show you guys before this meeting. I have a social media calendar. So on Fridays, I usually go in here, I erase what I already posted. It doesn't have to be super in-depth, like I should put my post messaging on here, but I don't always because I don't have a lot of time. And I post the status of when I post them. This might be helpful for you, just to create your own spreadsheet of this is the day. In the morning, I post something, midday, I post something, and afternoon. For you, I don't know if I exactly recommend doing 3 posts a day. Like we talked about earlier, you were asking how many posts should I do a week? I think you should start off with 3 to 5 posts a week, not 3 to 5 a day, because people are going to be so overwhelmed with all the things that you're posting, and you're going to be overwhelmed. So I suggest starting with 3 to 5 posts a week. And then if there's something you need to post about other than those, you post about it.
Okay. How do I get in contact with you? Like if I create some content and I'm like, can you just look at this and see if it's any good at all?
Yeah, I mean,
Can you
so
put
I have
your
two,
contact info in the chat, Rachel?
yeah, so I have 2 emails for Voice America. The main one that I should be using for social media specifically would be socialmedia@voiceamerica.com. So that goes to me. And then I also have like my name at voiceamerica.com, but it's Rachel.Staples. I don't know if you would like that because this already goes to me.
That's fine.
So yeah. Rachel.Staples is like everything I receive from everyone. So it'll be nice to have, you know, my social media inquiries specifically to that. But yeah.
Can we have your personal email in case you ever leave? We can still get a hold of you.
Sure.
She's like, oh no.
Okay.
I told her we should hire her someday.
Mm-hmm.
Either on the side or steal her away. Don't tell Robert I said that.
I won't. The main thing is, you know, I'm always looking for like a full-time thing first, and then, you know, like my part-time gig. I was a freelance audio engineer for the first 5-6 months of 2022, and that's a lot of work, and that's really draining. So I like to keep, I already have my side gig I have, and then my full-time Voice America, but freelancing is another beast. But I'm starting to realize social media, you can do freelancing. So maybe that's something I'll do in the future, but I don't know.
I look at it like this, Rachel. If you did anything, you'd do it better than we're doing it.
Well, that's the thing. In the short time that I've been doing social media for Voice America, so I started part-time in August, and I just went full-time in the beginning of February. In that time, I've learned so much more than I already knew. And I'm a Gen Zer. I'm upfront about that. I know how to use social media probably better than the rest of the generations as a majority.
Yeah.
So I knew that I could figure things out, especially with my degree as well. But I'm learning things every day. Like, we have a graphic design person at Voice America. He used to do some social media work for his own company. He gave me this spreadsheet to use, and I just inserted it with my own information. So that was
Is
really
that
helpful.
something you would share with us? A copy of that?
Yeah, I can share with you the generic one. This has like a lot of like my personal stuff that I work on, so I can definitely send you a copy of it if that's something you would like.
Just a blank template would be cool.
Yeah, there's even like a
Don't have to reinvent the
monthly.
wheel.
Yeah, there's also a monthly calendar, but as you can see, I don't really use this. I have September and October, and then I thought weekly was way better than a whole month, because we get new people, like new hosts. Someone releases a book and I need to post about it. Like, I never know what is going to come up the next week.
Yeah.
So this is just a rough outline of, like, I needed to introduce our new executive producer. I got videos from people that I wanted to share, that sort of thing. And then here you can.
That's one thing we could do better at, Jill, is in our weekly meeting. Part of that executive meeting is I could tell you what just happened or what's coming up, and so you can stay on top of those. I do a lot of things, and I kind of tell them about it after the fact.
I mean, just the things that you briefly told me on Wednesday or Tuesday, I took in all that information, and I knew, like, oh, okay, one day you can post about the nonprofit work you can do, and then one day you can post about your speaking. Like, I had so much information already, like, that I would recommend to do. So if Patrick is telling you, Jill, like, oh, I'm doing this and this and this, you can write that down and kind of schedule it in your little calendar for when you want to post it. This helps a lot.
Great. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I say we're not doing a very good job, and it's not Jill's fault. I mean, it's not her expertise.
No.
It's not because
I don't take it personally. I should. Maybe I do better.
It's largely because I don't give her any direction. I just said, Jill, go become a social media expert. I'm sure I'm sure you can learn it on YouTube. That's about the extent of my request, and she needs more help than that, more direction and more support. And these ideas are really great. But I like the idea, Jill, of having a topic of the day. Monday is on our mission. Tuesday is our talks. Wednesday is what's our whatever. We could just come up with a different topic for each day.
So you don't forget
focus of what should I do today, and you could use Crowdfire to find some content, or you could we have the radio show every week, we have speaking events, we have successes. I mean, Wednesday could be wins, right? What's a success that we just had, and whatever. I mean, it would be easy to come up with 5 or 6 or 7 or 10 topics that give you an idea of direction. And then if you can do it in Canva, create it in Canva, post it in Hootsuite, I think we could really do a good job. You could do the company, you could do mine too if you want, and that would be really awesome. So if I don't have to do it.
To bounce off of that,
it'd be fun to have a plan and do it well.
My plan for each day is usually in the morning, because I post 3 times a day. Morning are new episodes going live, so that's our radio shows. our radio shows always get promoted in the morning. Whoever, and then I change out which channel each day, just so like just business isn't getting promoted. Then midday is a fun post. And by that, I mean a poll that I do, a video clip from one of the episodes, you know, something fun and different. And then the end of the day is my topic post. So if someone's coming to Voice America and they want to learn about fashion, I'm going to create a post about our fashion radio shows. So listen to Melody Edmondson, Space of the Waist. She talks about fashion, if that's like something you're interested in, you know, but I kind of grab their attention first. Like, I can't think of something like right now, like fashion, blah, blah, blah. Listen to Melody Edmondson on Voice America, you know?
Right.
So, and then every Friday I try and find like the special guest of the week. So if you have a special guest on your show, that is something that you should promote. Yeah.
Okay.
I know it's a lot of information.
Okay. All right.
You can even do like a simple meet the team, and each week until you run out of people, you talk about one of your employees. So okay. there's so much. Great. And you can look all this up too, like, and you're gonna have this video so you can go back to all of this. Hopefully I don't sound all over the place.
No, you're doing good. Doing great.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, I think I do think, Jill, that there's no shortage of content. I mean, we could come up, and if you're short on it, you plug the topic into Crowdfire and it brings you back, 25 articles on that topic. You could just say, hey, here's a great article on how nonprofit funding is changing, or here's a like you see people share stuff in the meeting and in the channel about what the IRS just said about the ERC. All that stuff should be going out on our social media. It educates people on what we do, showing them who we are. It's engaging them, building relationships. And then if we blend in some personality, like pictures of the team and what's happening with our families, or happy Memorial Day, those types of things blended in, we could do 3 posts a day pretty easily. I don't know that we have to. I mean, we could do 1 a day, would be great. But if you had a goal every day to do your first half hour of the day and get that done, I can give you an unlimited list of ideas of what they should be. I just don't have time to create them and get them on there.
Yep.
Is that fair? Do you think if you have more ideas, you could do the legwork?
Yeah, I mean, ideas are always helpful. Yeah.
Because
another idea,
don't know where to start, a lot of the time.
Well, just another thing that I thought of, I have all these notes as well. But you said that you create blog posts. Is that correct?
We have a few. I haven't done one for a while.
You should promote the ones that
I'm gonna do a lot more.
Okay, well, ChatGPT or whatever, you should create blog posts or promote the ones you already have done and promote those on social media. And also, that you can submit your blog post to us and we'll put it on our blog website. So that's just,
I didn't know that.
So I don't know if people promote that when you're first getting signed on, but we do blog posts and we do press releases. So if someone's on, like you just said, you have a new special guest that was on your show. If you had time to create a press release, we submit that for you. I don't quite write that for people because that's a lot of work, but I'm working on a template to help people that haven't written a press release before. So that's in the works as well.
Check this out. I just something. We got to let you go, probably, Rachel. I got another meeting I got to get to, but
yeah, that's
look
okay.
Look what I just did.
Should I stop sharing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or is it what you send in the chat?
Oh, I'll share mine. It'll stop your share.
Okay.
So I just said, write a blog post about how nonprofit fundraising is changing, needs to change, and has evolved over the last 100 years. And in 5 seconds, there it is.
What the heck? My journalism in me is like, this is horrible.
Yeah.
You know, like
I know.
my
The
newsletter
future.
took me like a few, I mean, it would have taken like one day, but I had to spread it out. But it took me a few days to do because I didn't want to plagiarize anyone. I wanted to come up with my own ideas. So this is like this is a blessing and a curse because I don't think I can use it just for my own
She's like,
own journalism experience.
I
Like,
know.
I would
It's a
feel
major
dirty.
shift. It's a major shift in how things are going to happen.
Oh my god, write a press release about how you're offering them play. Oh my, if this is good, I'm gonna tell everyone to do this.
Don't tell
I don't
anybody. Just
know.
keep it to yourself. No, just kidding.
I know. Well, we already have a template people have been easily putting their information into and sending it to us. So I don't think they need this because the press release is basically the about section of your show and about section of Voice America. And then you write up about your guest and what you're talking about in the release. So it's just like two things that you kind of have to create on your own. But
Let's see what it does. Write a press release about this.
oh wow. Wow, it even does the city in the state. No way. And the quote. No. This is bad.
Isn't that crazy? It's a huge time saver, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's cheating, but hey, I don't have time to do all this myself.
Well, I'm glad you have
There's a press
this.
release.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Well,
You can tell.
hey.
Play with it. You can tell it to do anything. I could say, okay, rewrite this press release in half the length
How does it know to do that?
and add in some New Testament language and leanings. Brings hope to small businesses. Relief. Anyway, it's brilliant, and it gets smarter the more you tell it what to do and how to do it.
Wow.
It continues to get better.
I have it rewrite my email.
It came out in November. It's already worth $30 billion.
Wow. People
Crazy?
are gonna start like thinking less and less because they have something to do it for them. It's crazy.
Yeah, they've written in a program to it that teachers can tell if their students wrote their paper with it. You can tell if it's written by AI. So they're putting in safeguards and things to avoid plagiarism. And anyway,
yeah,
crazy
hopefully
stuff.
journalists don't start using that. Yeah.
All
Well,
right.
That is crazy.
If you want to, you could save the chat, and if you see anything in there we didn't answer, maybe you can shoot me an email or whatever.
Yeah. Sure.
This has been very helpful.
I'm so glad.
Jill, we can come up with some plans that will help.
Okay.
This is one of my goals for this year, is that we make our social media more effective.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a lot on our plates, and Jill does a lot, and I've asked her to try to spearhead this as well. But
I can do it.
I thought this would be.
I believe in you, Jill.
Yeah.
I think you could be a master. Can you put your phone number in there too, Rachel? So we have it. And then
Okay, I will say
you might be
though,
hearing from Jill.
You don't
I
have to.
text her
If you
every
don't
now
want
and
to,
then.
you don't have to.
yeah, try not to send me anything to my personal cell about Voice America. This is my personal cell. I don't give out hosts my personal. In
Oh,
the
that's-
past, it's gone kind of weird. But-
If you don't have to if you don't want to. We're being
Okay, well,
for email.
yeah, I already gave you my personal email, and I'm on that every single moment of the day.
That's
There you go.
So I'm very active
if
on
she
there.
gets-
but-
if she gets stuck, I just want her to have someone she can reach out to. So
Yeah, well,
And
you
you-
have
she's always
3
there.
emails. Yeah, I'm always on my email. Like, it's literally insane. I think I respond to emails more than texts in general. So
really,
I'm always on there. I don't know what happened to me where I'm always checking my email. I think it's because I've had a lot of internships and I apply, and so I'm always looking at my email.
yeah.
That's great. Yeah.
And I
Part of
read
it,
my
yeah.
email. I will go the whole day without looking at my email because I'm on back-to-back Zooms, and so I usually answer emails like from 7 to 9.
Mm,
I
Wow.
have emails all the time that says it's been 12 hours since you received this email. I don't know
no.
how else to do it because I can't like be emailing right now while I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
It starts and then I have another one, then another one, then I don't even have time to stop and pee, to be honest, more often than not,
Or eat.
or eat.
Hopefully you can eat.
I seriously eat like once a day. Like
I
usually
can't. I'll start getting frazzled like I did when it was hot in here.
Mhm.
I need to like be taking care of myself because I don't know, like maybe low iron or something. I need to eat and get energy. So I have to make time for that. But I'm always on my email. So like don't be afraid. You said till 9 p.m. Send me an email. Like I don't care. You know, a lot of people are like, don't send me an email past a certain time. I don't mind. I don't see any problem with that. My boss that I do side work for, he literally sends me emails at 10, and I won't exactly be on my email sometimes at that time, but he's always doing things during the day. So I understand that he sends me something super late, but what can you do?
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, you've been very generous with your time. We really appreciate it.
I'm glad.
Yes.
You should listen to my show from today. Other than when I glitched for 8 seconds, it was really good.
Yeah, so I'm gonna reach out to you though. I'm gonna give you a link that you can upload that video to, and I can work with it and edit it for something next week if that's something you want to do.
Okay. Yeah.
But do you know how to share the video through Zoom? Because we can also do that.
Well, once we put it on YouTube, you mean, or what?
No,
Or do you
people,
want the
if
actual
you
video.
like the video that is uploaded on Zoom, like people can share that. Bless you. People
Excuse
can
me.
share that on email somehow.
I don't know how to do that.
I don't know either. People are just sending it through that. I'm like, okay, hightail it to me, and then they'll send me a Zoom link, and I'm like, okay, that works too.
It's probably when it's saved to the cloud, right?
Yeah, it's from the cloud. It's from the cloud. So if you know how to get to the cloud, then you can share it and email me. So
Yeah.
I don't know what you want to do. But
Jill, do you mind sending her that from the episode today? Yeah, we have it.
Yeah.
I always save the ones from the radio show to the cloud because Jill posts them for me. So
okay, Joe, then email me at one of those emails, preferably social media at voiceamerica.com, and send that to me whenever you get the chance today so that I can prep it for next week.
Okay.
Cool, thanks.
Cool.
It's nice talking
Yeah,
to you guys.
anything you can do to promote my show, I need all the help I can get. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
Put me out there.
I'd love to do that. Yeah, let's do it.
According to Robert, it's one of the fastest growing shows. So I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what he said.
Yeah, a lot of our stats here up there. So I've been in the meetings where we're looking at Google Analytics, and we have our own like web development data that they pull. So I see your show a lot. So you should be proud of yourself.
Good.
Yeah.
we'll keep getting better. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank
All
you.
right.
right.
Well, feel free to
Rachel.
email me whenever, both of you. Thank
Okay.
you
Okay.
guys.
All right.
Talk to
Bye-bye.
you later.
All right. Bye. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Did you save the chat?
I don't know if I can until it's done, or it'll save it when I download like when I download the video or close the video. I
Uh-huh.
saved this video to the cloud as well.
Okay.
So maybe you can load this one too and just keep it unlisted,
Right.
like we do our training videos. And so then you can go back and look at it later if you want to.
Okay.
Problem with the cloud is they eventually expire. They start telling us our cloud storage is used up. So I go in and delete them. But
Mhm.
I just shot 4 or 5 videos before this. Between the radio show and this meeting with you, I shot 5 new videos about ERC and
Great.
welcoming new members to the team, and did one for college students. It's kind of for anybody. It's for anybody who wants to be an affiliate. So I did a video for customers, one for affiliates, one welcoming a new affiliate to the team. And then I did another one. 5 tips for how to do the business. Kind of a sales training video for ERC.
Okay, great.
And, I'm going to shoot some others right now. So anyway, I know like the guys are waiting for financials and stuff. I just don't know when to get it done. I mean, this was my schedule yesterday, Joe. Here, let me stop the recording. But I think that was really helpful. So I hope you got something out of it.
It was helpful. Yeah. Filled in some missing pieces that will make it easier.
Yeah, for me too.